Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Zachary Bryan, and welcome to my Data and Information Management capstone presentation, Big Data for Small Business. For my capstone project is all about improving a business. If you're a business owner, you probably probably care about a few different things. You probably care about making a profit. You probably care about ensuring your products are of quality and your services are top notch. And you probably also care about ensuring that your customers are satisfied. But how do you know if you are making the best decisions for your business? Well, business intelligence. Business intelligence enables companies to make better decisions by using the old historical data they have stored and turning it into actionable information. The goal with business intelligence is to grow more efficiently and effectively. And now, with business intelligence, it's extremely important to have high quality data. Having high quality data means you're producing high quality results. If you have low quality data, then you're probably making the wrong decisions. For my project, I partnered with a local veterinary hospital to conduct some business intelligence on 25 years worth of their veterinary data. In order to do this, I had to design a system that is capable of taking the extracted data from their systems and turning it into high quality data in order to produce high quality business intelligence. Here's how I did it. Displayed in front of you is the veterinary hospital's data pipeline that I designed. It all starts with Cornerstone, where I extract the raw data. Cornerstone is the veterinary hospital's practice management software. It's used for things like scheduling appointments, storing client and patient information, tracking treatments and prescriptions. I extracted the data from the Cornerstone system with CSV files, one file for each type of report in the system for each year. In total, I had over 200 files that I had to work with. To work with those files, I loaded them into a tool called Tableau Prep. Tableau Prep is a very powerful software used for preparing and cleaning data. Using Tableau Prep, I was able to combine all my data sets into one file for each type of report, and then do all my cleaning operations. I could remove columns that were unnecessary. I could change data types. I could create calculated fields based on column values, and I can do a lot more other things as well. Once all my data is cleaned and prepared, using Tableau Prep, I can export that data into a MySQL relational database. The MySQL database serves a couple of purposes. One, it serves as a nice data storage location for nice clean data. So that way the data preparation does not have to be repeated. It also serves as a relational database so that you can write analytical queries against the data to do more exploration and get a better understanding with what kind of data you are dealing with, and maybe even figure out more things that you need to do to that data. The relational database is then connected to Tableau Desktop. Tableau Desktop is a data visualization software, and it's extremely powerful as well. By connecting it to MySQL, I'm able to pull all my tables and build relationships between them in order to craft high quality visuals using all the data. After I have all the visuals and stuff built in Tableau Desktop, I can then use those visuals to power my dashboards. And my dashboards are what hold all the information for my actionable insights, my key performance indicators, and shows the business owners how to make their better decisions. The result of my project was this: a fully automated data processing system that's capable of producing high quality data to power business intelligence. This system I designed is very user-friendly. An employee at this veterinary hospital will only need to extract the data that they want from the system and drop it into the system. Once the data is dropped into the system, all the updates will happen throughout the entire pipeline. The data will be cleaned and prepared automatically. The relational databases will be updated, and all visualizations and dashboards will be refreshed. This project is completely reusable. Every month or every year, they can take new data, put it in the project, and produce more results. The key takeaway I found with my capstone project was this: business intelligence is accessible to even the smallest companies. Technology has advanced to the point where the tools and the software and the methodologies are known enough and available enough where all businesses should begin to take advantages of the data they have stored. Thank you all for listening. I would like to say a special thank you to my mentor, Mr. Chuck Hicks. He is the COO and CFO of NCI. He's been really great this semester in guiding me through this project and giving me a lot of useful information. I would also like to thank Deep Creek Veterinary Hospital for supplying me the data for this project and enabling the project. Thank you all, and I would be glad to take some questions.
Zach, another excellent presentation and a great project. I really like the data pipeline that you built and you automated it, which is outstanding. So you have a pipeline here that this company can actually use. It seems sustainable. Talk for just a second about what you would do if the company wants to continue this. How do you make this dashboard, the data pipeline sustainable?
Sure, making the data pipeline sustainable. So there's a couple of things. I mentioned earlier that the pipeline is automated and that it's user-friendly. That's going to be very important to making it sustainable, because if it's not user-friendly, it's not going to get used. Also, with this pipeline, it's really easy to maintain. If there's ever a new alteration that needs to be made to data, like if the data changes in the future and new processes need to be added, those can be added easily. If you need to make a change to the data, you can do it at any point in the pipeline and it'll refresh all the way through. It's a very flexible system.
Excellent. We have a question in the chat from Dr. Barlin that I'm not sure you've seen, but what was your most interesting or surprising query result when playing with the data?
His most surprising query result. Sure. When I was working with the relational databases and building those tables, I would have some rows of data that were causing an error when I was building the tables. And basically what happened is one of the columns when I'm inserting it was too long and it was causing a major error. And so I had to use a little SQL to try to figure that out. And I found that during the extract, see, the way I extracted the data was a little bit, I did it manually. And when I extracted it through CSVs, some of the columns had commas and characters in it that screwed up the extraction, which screwed up my data, which made it difficult for the MySQL to work properly. So that was one thing that was challenging when doing the database, I will say, when writing queries. I'm going to read some questions here. Quality, as you mentioned, the quality of data is important. How you validate the quality of your data? Did you use any tool to check the data quality apart from Tableau prep to cleaning? Tableau prep was my primary tool when doing my data quality cleaning and stuff like that. It has a lot of features that let you really explore your data. You can see all the distributions for your fields, and you can see what values are in there and stuff like that. So really Tableau prep was all I used. I started with Python, but I found that the data I had was extremely messy, and Python would just been an overly complicated solution for it. Dr. Bradbury asks, can you describe some of the less uniform data in the data set and the points of entry as it hits Cornerstone? Nursing notes, medicine quantities in ml versus UL units. So with that, so I did have one table that was like appointment notes and stuff like that, everything appointment related. And in there was like some note sections where technicians and doctors could free type kind of free response and things. And those are probably would be very difficult to do some machine learning on just the way they are. Points of entry. There was a lot of data entry errors in this data set. So like, I guess when the technicians and the receptionists are entering in client information, you know, maybe they put it in the wrong field and stuff. That caused a lot of data issues. Use double field. Did the veterinary clinic use any of your findings to make changes in their operations and other business decisions? The answer to that is yes. Throughout this project, I've discovered quite a few things with the data that was just kind of strange, like the way they do things. For example, they might have, if they had a walk-in, they might just put client ID 99999 or client ID 0 or something like that. And I was able to identify a lot of things like that and kind of point out pros and cons why you probably shouldn't, they shouldn't do things this way or probably should do things this way. Um, and also I was able to use these sets to kind of make a few discoveries about the practice, just kind of identify some trends. A lot of the stuff I found was like kind of customer service oriented, like client relations, you know, figuring out what kind of products they like, uh, loyal customers, people who've been there the last 25 years, stuff like that. Um, Nancy Artis asks, do you see an application of your process that can be marketed to other small businesses? In other words, could you develop a business to sell consulting using your process? Actually, Nancy Artis, I think is a really good business idea. I've always thought it would be a great idea to offer that as a service, go to businesses, extract their data, try to do something beneficial with it and give them the results. I think it's a great business model. Uh, how can the vet take action on KPIs? What were the KPIs you chose for the dashboard? Okay, so with this project, the data that I had, I extracted it on a yearly basis, because there's a lot of data in there. And so when I got to the end of like powering the dashboard, it really was just kind of like a progress report for the veterinary hospital over the past 25 years. And just number of clients they had, number of appointments they had, how much money they're pulling in, things like that. The data was pretty difficult to pull things like KPIs from. That seems to be all the questions in the Q&A right now.
Good answer, Zach. And that, of course, is a challenge. I'm thrilled that you tried to do something for a real business, but obviously you had some, as Hari had, you had some challenges with the data, and that's just part of the real world. So perhaps Cornerstone at some time, the system that the hospital is using, perhaps they will provide more granular data. And it's funny that Hari also was looking for more granular data. So that's life in the real world.